Hello and welcome to Vulnerable Moments with Miss E. Today is Monday, June 15, 2020, and today's topic is Make It Crystal Clear. Oftentimes when we get ready to launch businesses, start relationships, build rapport, getting leadership roles, start to trying to implement systems, we have been all over the place because we're super talented. We want to make sure that we accomplished all of our goals. Many of us are truly go-getters. We decide that we're going to get everything done at one time, and we haven't truly mastered one single thing. So we end up being the jack of all trades, and I'm sure you heard the term before, and the master of none. So what you want to do is be crystal clear on which approach, which thing you're going to tackle first, which thing you're going to tackle off your task list. So years ago, while working at the University of Pennsylvania, I actually ended up going to a session, and it was for organizing and strategizing and making sure that you're prioritizing during your day. So one thing that I learned is managing different size rocks. So that's different priorities. You have your big rocks, you have your little rocks, you have your medium-sized rocks, and then you have those little pebbles that you can kind of sprinkle. So as we start our mornings, even the night before, if you just make a task list for yourself of things that you need to accomplish, those are your big rocks. Those are the needs. They have to happen today or else, whether it's a bill that needs to be paid, whether it's you actually making sure that you sign your trip slip for your kid, or if you have some deadline to meet. You have to make sure that those big rocks are taken care of. So those are at the top of your priority list. Same thing goes for your business. When you're actually putting things together for your business and you're trying to prioritize and you want to decide where to go first, what should actually be taken care of first, which product should be launched first, where you should be putting your most energy, think about the priority. What needs to happen now? What's going to bring me the greatest impact and the greatest income right now? One thing that I thought when I was launching my business is that I always wanted to make an impact, a positive impact. I've always wanted to help young people who wanted more, specifically young women who want more. So with that being said, I started out trying to help every young female who wanted to take advantage of my programs that I was offering. One thing that I noticed is that I had a lot of cash flowing out, but no sponsorships, no grants, nothing coming in to help to replace those monies that were going out. I loved working with the teens. It's a beautiful thing. It's great. I do it every weekend for free. But the reality is something has to replenish the money that's going out. So I began taking on new jobs to actually make sure that I could compensate for the money that was leaving my personal account. So then I decided, you know what? I'm actually going to go into real estate to help support my business, to help support these young people. But then I also knew that I wanted to launch a clothing line for young people, young women who actually wanted something nice, quality, and affordable. That's when I came up with the line for Ascension Complete, the Impact brand. But one thing, when I was actually having this discussion with a friend of mine, I said, I realized from everything that I've been reading, trying to grow and trying to do my due diligence, I realized that I have to actually make a greater financial impact, which means I have to bring more money in order to make a better impact positively on other people's lives so that I can actually give back. I was killing myself giving back. Not to say I'm going to completely stop, but I had to stop robbing myself mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, and, from a social perspective, because I was throwing myself into everything business. So professionally, I felt like I was thriving. I was fulfilling that obligation in my life. But on the flip side, everything else was kind of falling by the wayside. So I go back to my main point of focus is to make things crystal clear. What is it that you absolutely, positively want to focus on right now? I know you have a million things on your mind. You have so many ideas. Write them down in your journal. Type them up in your Google Docs. So that you can keep track of those things. Give them all launch dates. But for right now, in this moment in time, I want you to figure out what gets launched first, what gets worked on right now in order for you to build your platform so that you can continue your outreach and to begin to actually truly make the impact on your life and the lives of others that it deserves. Secondly, aside from making things crystal clear on what direction you want to go in for your idea that you want to pursue, nurture, and grow, you next need to actually get motivated, get sexy, get about it, be able to actually do what's necessary to bring that baby to life, to bring life into it. So that means that you have to be clear on your content that you want to present. You want to be clear on the impact that you want to make. You want to be clear on what you need to present to your audience so that they become those individuals that's going to hit that buy button. You want your products to sell. You want your courses to sell. You want people to participate in your events. So you have to be clear. Be clear with your flyers. Be clear with your promotions. Be clear with your content. Be clear on what your message is, what's coming out of your mouth. So right now, I encourage you to be clear on the standards that you set for yourself, for your business, for your family, for your finances. That's a major key. And for your mental, social, and emotional health. Thank you for listening to yet another episode of Vulnerable Moments with Miss E. You have an amazing day on purpose. God bless.